Good evening, wonderful people of Biafra. My name is Mazi Ikechukwu, Umeh, and I'm reaching out from here, United Kingdom, and I'm on live approximately 20 minutes on top of the hour. Thank you today once again in critical analysis. Tonight, I will preside in this program alone, as it requires tonight, and I welcome every single one of you that have joined me this very hour. Tonight is going to be significant. Some things I'm going to touch on, and it's going to be critical as well. So as I welcome you, welcome others, and as the tradition requires here, though I have been streaming our leaders' prayer on our other platform before I come on live, I'll still go back and let that prayers goes on before we commence this program as the proceeding requires.
Biafra must be restored, for there is nothing the enemies can do about it. We have come that the will of the Most High may prevail. Radio Biafra is unorthodox. The way we do things are markedly different from how others do it. We are under divine instruction. We have come that Ikechukwu may take control of these very proceedings this evening, for we are nothing without him. O Elohim, unto thee we repose all that we are. Do not allow your children IPOB to be put to shame. Do not allow us to be devoured by the hands of the wicked. Do not allow us, O mighty one, to fall prey to those who do not know thee. You will deliver us, not because we are righteous, but because of your mercy. Hear our cry and our supplication. We are not armed. We have not killed anyone. We have not jailed anyone. We have not done anything at all to warrant the level of destruction and carnage being visited upon your children. The same way Israel suffered, so is Biafra suffering today. And if you, Elohim, can deliver Israel, so will you deliver Biafra. That is our hope. That is our anchor of everything that we hold dear as a race and as a people. You brought Biafra that light may come into Africa. You gave us hope because we are in a continent of hopelessness. And by thy grace, Biafra shall be restored. We shall be resurrected. We shall crown our efforts with the glory by the grace of the Most High himself. We are not strong. We do not pretend to be strong. All we do is to submit ourselves to your will, that your will may be done upon our lives. We have lost many people. We have lost so many good people. Their sacrifice will never be forgotten. We shall honor them, and for their sake Biafra will come. Israel lost people, and today Israel is here as a beacon of hope in a land filled with darkness. We beseech thee, Elohim, because we are wandering all over the world, hoping against every hope that things will turn around for the better.
I lost my speakers or something. What's going on? Sorry on that interruption. I have some technical issues here, but as I can see, everything is fine. If you're hearing my voice, just let me know. I have some hitches on the my speakers. So, everything is back normal. So tonight is going to be a short program. First of all, I have to say Happy New Year for every single one of us. This is my first time of coming out live on any program since 2023. And I hope this year will be a blessing to Biafrans and our leader. To be specific, that Onyendu shall regain his freedom and we shall be made whole again as one family that we have been known. Earlier today, I've been streaming our First Lady's, message from our leader on 2023 as he appeared on Radio Biafra. So tonight, I just want to lay some foundations, some backgrounds, and because tomorrow, my senior comrade Mazi, Ikechukwu will be joining me on program tomorrow, and it will be a little bit different on how we do things. The real gatekeepers will assemble tomorrow on critical analysis. So tonight, I just want to make it abundantly clear. A lot has been going on. I don't want to bore anybody. I don't want to convolute it. I just want to be very precise on what I'm going to say tonight. But I want to lay some background. So to those that don't understand or don't know what IPOB stands for, there are so many things that has been going on. Enough has been said. We'll be playing some videos, audios of people, because what I do and what we do on critical analysis, that is why it's critical analysis. I won't have time. Probably tomorrow, I'll be taking words from our leaders, wife, Her Majesty Lolo Ikechukwu Kanu, and he's specific on her words. Even giving accolades who we've been due to, and using the word critical analysis, a critical think. And she emphasized on this very problem we have had. Onyendu has been over time crying, praying to Chukwu Kabiama to unveil to him the part of the black man brain, especially those of us from Africa, that have kept us in this perpetual, mindset that we've got. And that's brought us back to where we are today, and where IPOB, the structure and the issues we are going on now in IPOB, all of them centered in that particular point she raised. And what I'm indulging everybody tonight is that to reactivate or activate that particular frontal rope, that is where you process your thinking. If somebody said XYZ, you need to sit down and think about it. And over time, I remember our leader's wife coming on air, first time in the history of IPOB. Some of you don't ask yourself questions. That's what critical analysis, critical thinking falls in. Why is she coming now on Radio Biafra to talk? She never done that before. It's not an idle thing for her to do. She's been in a different platform, bigger platform, not bigger platform that not is an IPOB, external platforms, to talk about Biafra, because IPOB is our communal radio. That's where we come in. But if she can come in now to talk, that means there's things are falling apart. Imagine we stay from 2015 to 2020, not a single day our leader's wife appeared in Radio Biafra. There's no need for it, because everywhere was intact. When Uchimofo said that the structure and IPOB is intact, it was intact. I guarantee you that. But today, a lot of things has gone wrong, and anybody that pretending, trying to, say that, no, you're lying. Because the people that we are betrow the leadership of IPOB have betrayed themselves, not Onyendu, because they will pay dearly for it. So what I'm trying to say tonight, my monologue tonight, is that everybody, we shouldn't forget about that word. What you need to ask yourself is what was the reason why you joined IPOB, and what is your objectives, and what do you want as a people? How do we achieve this freedom? How do we get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is our golden egg. I said it over time. And I will say tonight that Onyendu does not need your empathy for him to come out. It's just you to do what he've asked you to do. Like Obi the Obiano, these are men that fell on the west side. They said, if has mania, do whatever he be asked to do, what he's been told to do, but not in a bad way, not by misleading. Because a lot of people today quote Onyendu in his system. But we stand on that particular structure and the root of IPOB. And that's why we're here. And we always come here to lay things to bear. The real gatekeepers, I'm a gatekeeper in IPOB. Some of you don't know this. When you talk about media, media is we are the people. If you go back and ask Uchemonfor, I don't know of former because I don't need to know him because there was no need of sectioning. We have, like I said before, we have family media writers and those in the media sector. We all in social media, as long as you have a smartphone in your hand. That is why IPOB have stayed through in every hurdles that we'll find ourselves. And we always come triumphant. Do you know why? Because our hands are clean. We are not dodging in any blackmailing or any propagandas because everything we do, we have evidence to back them up. So what I said tonight, our leader wife sent a very strong message that he said before. I want some of you to, I'll be streaming that particular program. But the point is that when message has been given, have you processed that message? You're thinking one way. That message was from the both side of the eye, as those people that now have declared alibi. If you watch the program area on our platform, I put a word in there. There's a flyer with it. You know what I mean? Because the people that the real Cabal in IPOB has built an alibi. We are the pointing finger at all time. They're not telling you they're infiltrator. They will telling you they're autopilot. All these things are destructive words to driven your attention from the real people actually draining the struggle. Because if a man that Onyendu have given the position of leading IPOB opens his mouth and question Mazi Nnamdi, the same man saying that we should push Onyendu as is in charge, that we should not isolate him. All these things is a word of their own mouth. And anything you say shall be held account. That's why police, if the police want to arrest you, therefore you have the right to remain silent. That whatever you say, that will be used as evidence against you in a court of law. And so many of them are making utterances today unguardedly without understanding where they're getting their... They're digging ditch to themselves. As I'm in social media, anything I say here, I'm liable to it. It has got nothing to do with IPOB. Because I didn't speak it in IPOB platform. Even though I do, I'll be questioned about what I have spoken. A lot of people claim they're abroad, but don't understand how the system works. There's a process in every country, but as they call it, universal law, especially when it comes to today, internet has become, when internet is a global village, all of us are living in one place because I can communicate from, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, we'll communicate together. But that does not mean you, just like a pedophile on internet, you'll be haunted. And police will knock you down, they will nab you. So when you're speaking, when you're opening your mouth, I'm talking unguardedly because you have a smartphone and be claiming that you're a media worm or media warrior or whatever you not. But not for IPOB. IPOB does not have a section of people that they call so-called media warriors. I will reiterate this again. And this is where you know that Cabal has built within IPOB. Today, none of them, all these people that call them, they don't come out anymore to talk, to encourage Biafrans. None of them come out. I used to say, people say, oh, they're not encouraging us. Fair enough. But no one is looking for encouraging words here. What we're looking out for here is those that are leading us. Where are they leading us to? Fundamentally, all we require is that Onyendu's instruction, Onyendu's orders. Chike Doziem open his mouth with his own mouth. And he knows this. And this is why every time I speak, I will reference Uchemonfor. Uchemonfor remain the only assistant today, Madam Nenyanya, and some other principal officers are standing on the path of the right, not somebody calling me at the back, talking to me. I'm not in Igbo Union meeting. This is IPOB. This is IPOB for Christ's sake. This is not some village meeting or age grade meeting. No. This is IPOB, and we are whiter and whiter and whiter than snow. Propaganda and the blackmail has become order of the day, and Chike Doziem and his gang of Cabal have hell-bent that they want to destroy IPOB within. What Nyanworo said 2017 is what they're accomplishing today. They couldn't fly 2017 because Uchemonfor was the barrier against them and their plan. Today they're perfecting it. A lot of people are singing. Stop blaming you. All of you. Our leader's wife have told you if he doesn't understand, call your lawyer brother. The same references he made on the first broadcast, he made it again. Now he's giving you the clue that when things are being said, you need to process them with your common sense. That's what that frontal lobe is all about. Onyendu say part of a black man brain, especially those from Africa. What we are seeing in IPOB today is not IPOB Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have bailed. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu parents have died for. And so many comrades have paid the ultimate price. You sit online and call Kanu Kanu that he has no father. That Israel Oku Kanu and Lolo Ugeze are not his biological parents. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not his biological brother. And you think in the world we live, you will say that word and walk away with it. Let me give you a scenario. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did an expose about Buhari. That is why I will tell you that Fulanis are more intelligent than even Igbo professor. You see, I will tell you this tonight. You see a cattle rearer that sleep with cow in the bush. The most educated man in Igbo land. Let me use Igbo because I'm an Igbo man. They're more intelligent than you are. Do you know why? Because they follow instruction. The biggest obstacle an average Igbo man has is that they're unruling. Just like our leader's wife was saying, he said, that makes you the most vulnerable person on this planet Earth. That is why Chike Dozian was asking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what was the reason to suspend sit at home? You're doing sit at home under the guise to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The same person you want to release told you to suspend the sit at home 18 hours before you called the first sit at home. And he went ahead and called that sit at home. Look at where we are today. We shouldn't blame what is happening in Biafra land to anybody. Chike Doziem and China Sanwo must take accountable of what they have done. We have it on audio. This, like I said, you see, you can run away, but what you said will be retrieved back. Unless somebody don't want to fight with it. I said, quote me anywhere. And God in heaven made them open their mouth and say it, and it's recorded. It is their own voice. And even in Radio Biafra platform, that Onyendu was sending messages to suspend this sit at home. Everybody was reluctant. And Chikedozem said on his own word, I will play all these voices, but I want to lay a foundation. Because over time, people forget. And they always create a content that will convolute you people. You stop thinking straight. Like our leader wife said, all of you are always thinking one-sided. Not actually knowing where the problems we have is coming from. Where it emanated from. These are the evil men we have within. They're sucking the life out of everybody. And they pretend they are working for, they don't working for anybody. Like I said, anybody will call me George to advise me, I need you to pick up one position in IPOB and serve as a principal officer. After you have done that with your time and your money, then you understand how IPOB functions, then you can talk to me. I don't need anybody's advice. I joined IPOB solemnly on my own. Nobody. I never discussed it with my mother about Biafra. It was my personal decision. And I can categorically tell you what I have forfeited to join IPOB. Today, we're seeing people bearing forceful name. I said this thing before. There was a time in London where one of our brothers had problem. We didn't know. The police was calling, mentioning name. We don't know. The name they answered, the people don't answer the name in their passport. And it baffles me. My name I bear is what is in my passport. I don't bear a different name. Now, people doesn't answer their real name and they're jumping up and down like a mad cow, claiming they are freedom fighters. Every day you see them on social media ranting like as if they're jobless. You don't have anything to do because a man that have a job does not come on Facebook. As I'm talking to you now, I have to make a time to come here. I know what I can gain if I go to work on a daily basis, sitting there, I know how much I get paid for. I'm not an idle person. IPOB doesn't feed me. Since I decided to join IPOB, I've been providing. People can attest. I live in the United Kingdom here. People that know me can attest to this. So I want to know what is your purpose of joining IPOB? Because what I'm seeing today is that people have projected themselves and tried to change everything we are doing as if we are in one village meeting. Somebody will call you lamenting. Don't flipping call my number to lament. I don't need anybody's advice when it comes to IPOB. Because I will advise you to go and get our code of conduct and read it. And if you don't understand, ask me. I will help you out. If the English is too much for you to understand, ask me. I, George Umeh, will break it down for you. That code of conduct hold everybody responsible. Every position we are holding is temporary, and we are volunteers for your information. That is one thing I want you to take home. So for everybody that think what we are doing here, and you must take a position as if you standing for something, that's why we make a decision. I have taken a stand. I say it without any apology to any bastard anywhere. I don't want, if I won't step my foot back in Biafra land, if Biafra is not restored, I'm making that decision. That's the oath I've took. I don't know about you. That's why majority of you are bearing different name in your passport and claiming to be IPOB member. I've said it before. We have 4 categories of IPOBs. Today we are. So what I'm saying tonight is this. Now, I will start with the saga going on right now. The clown in Germany that received a formal letter from a police and jumping up and down telling his fellow clowns that he was called up on a court. I think after they went back and understand what he was, but you don't understand it, you don't even understand German. Now, I want to say it here categorically clear that in IPOB, even when Onyendu was talking about dead Buhari, which of course everybody knows is dead, that's why nobody, Onyendu challenged them. Onyendu, did you see that particular thing in the charges that are given Onyendu today about accusing of Buhari dead or alive? It is not dead. You know why? Because Onyendu have irrefutable evidence. I want some majority of you that have called Kanu indirectly a bastard and maligning and using firewall. We have all these videos because a day will come. I will show you guys that you guys are learners. Kanu, you guys said that he's not Onyendu's biological brother. That is not the mother and the father that gave birth to him. But you have to prove that thing you have said. I'm just giving you a clue. This is one of the clues. And in the real world, this is not talk you talk and walk away with it. Right? I want to tell you something. Kanye West said there's something against George Floyd that died. How he died. The family have sued him about almost only $500 million US for uttering that word. For some of you idiots that are jumping up and down on social media and saying things you cannot back up with. That is why I say, since I judge you, man, I want any of you to come out and challenge any word I have said. On my own, I don't gossip. I want you to come on air like I am now. I will destroy you that ever in your life again, you won't talk about IPOB. I don't care, including Chike Doziem. I'm throwing a flipping challenge to any single one of you idiots. My own, I don't talk. Chike Doziem cannot talk me anything about IPOB that I judge don't know. Nothing he can say I judge you don't want to hear. Not all these men, they are worthless than the poo I put in the toilet. You know why? Because I know the ill things they have done. I owe no apology to all of them. China Sanworu is the guy that I, George Umeh, will pick up. Like I pick up the clown that were going to abroad and end up in Senegambia and went back home. Since then, he's stuck home because they're sending them 100 every day. He was the first person that carried smear campaign against Madam Nenyanya. All of you shut up. None of you said anything. People like us, we are gatekeepers. We don't come here. I don't make friends. I don't need anybody's friends. I don't need you for anything. And I take a stand. And that's where I stand. On the side of the truth. At any given time, I say I give no toss about no bagger. Like our leader always said. I have no permanent friend, neither permanent enemy. You do the right thing, you're my friend. But the day you fuck up, I hold nobody apology. So, someone like Chike Doziem and China Sanworu, these people will have their day. I've told them, let them go and check about Samuel Doe. What happened to Samuel Doe and what brought what does he call his name again? The former president that is in prison here. How did he happen? What actually transpired? So I don't really want to go too much on this, but this is my monologue before I go deeper on things I have to say. So what I'm saying tonight, if you speak unguardedly to anybody and say things, unconfirmed things about somebody, you smear somebody, you blackmail somebody, and the person is entitled. Like there's somebody that called me a criminal in UK here. I have it in audio. It is my duty. And I have told him, he don't really know who George is. Like I said, they're sending people to me. You know, there's some certain individual you would, like I said, I told them, if there's another idiot, one guy here, all of them are seeking asylum. I didn't know that all of them were under, because of asylum, they joined IPOB. Because of asylum. That's why they joined IPOB. But that paper, I told them there is a blood of our people. Any man or woman that joined IPOB because of paper, that paper will become a blood to you. I will give you one scenario here. That was one of our brother, and the guy was real. And the guy got his paper. When he called me, George, you said, my brother, you don't need to thank me. Just know that what you're holding It's our brother, it's our people's blood you're holding. For some of you that join IPOB because of what you will gain, will be tied you. I don't want to go to this, but I'm saying it loud and clear to every single one of you to know. I said I'm a gatekeeper. I've got no permanent enemy, neither permanent. Like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I don't have secret in IPOB. My secret is that I will protect my oath. I don't talk about our internal affair outside until China Sanwo-Olu was the first person after the idiot that was traveling from Senegambia with leg. He couldn't cross. Couldn't even get to Cape Verde. He want to go abroad. He's doing fine boy in one gutter in Lagos. Mosquito is beating you up every day. Every week you must drink malaria medicine. I'm sorry, but that's a fact of life. And you think you can come out and be talking rubbish? Yeah? Then, after that, he was the first person about Madam Nyanya in Biafran television we're paying for. The second person to have the temerity come on radio to disagree. You know, Uchemo, for some of you will sit down and be thinking, Uchemo, for I, George Umeh, will trade Uchemo for 1 million ton of what I'm seeing today. Chikedozian cabinet, I will trade them 1 million, Uchemo for 1 million tons above them. Because Uchemo for was loyal to Onyendu. He cannot question it, an IPOB at large. He can't question that. Some of you don't know what was happening. We are in, like I said, I am a principal officer and I still am. And I have served diligently in IPOB as a grassroots. Imam Mezu that appointed me the first principal officer, which is welfare in London here. When we have the first problem in 2015, I called him Imam Mezu. First time I said, Imam, settle this problem within the hierarchy. When the gang gets tall, when the shoe come to shop, and I shoved it in his fucking verse. May he so rest in peace, he's a good man as well. Right? But what I'm saying to you tonight is that people like us, we don't come here to brab and ranting. We go straight to the point and we bring facts and figures so that if you are already up for, debate. What I'm saying tonight, for those of you that have ranted, Kanu, someone say, oh, stand of Kanu. Kanu is a member of IPO, that's number one. Number two, as Oku Kanu family stand today, Kanu is the apparent, because Onyendu is incarcerated. He is the man of the house as an Igbo man. Some of you idiots don't understand that. If it was your brother that had been locked up for over how many months, the two parents have passed away, you will sit down and fold your hand and be watching them. Yeah? Is that what you're telling me? Watching people that you see already, that have come out. They disrespected Onyendu, disobeyed Onyendu, and come out and tell Biafran this is what we have done. And you want me, George, to look at these people as a human being? I want to advise. That's what I said. Did you know the meaning of oath? Go and read that oath again. Whose name was there? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Our code of conduct, whose name was there? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the only position that will never be refuted. You can those permanent position in IPOB. Any other position is temporary. Like Chikedozian. Omiomio was because he was disobeyed Onyendu once by not suspending his comrade. That was why Omiomio gone. Omiomio is 10 times better than all these clowns. What I'm saying today, but some of you will not say it, you know why? Because you don't have the balls and you don't know the truth, because I can back it up. I want any of them to come out here and question what I'm saying. Just like when Onyendu went to Kuwait 2015, he welcomed him. Nobody knows his face, but some people knows his face. And he's not answering his real name. Because this is not his name he got in his passport. Just like the one now they got in Germany now, the name is Beer is not his. The majority of them, they don't have their new names. They are answering pseudonyms. And me and you are shouting, oh, hey, Biafra. Whereas, in the real terms, you are not real. Now, I understand. And let me tell you something. When I was growing up, I witnessed Nnamdi segregation. And I become a norm to me. That is why anybody that knows me, ask anybody that knows me, even my younger ones knows me, I have never attended anything, including women meeting for one day in my lifetime. Ask anybody, they will tell you that. Not home and abroad, I never. They don't know what I went through because I'm the first son. They don't know what I saw because I'm the first son. But today, those people can come. If I'm in my village, nobody coming into my compound. They know that. This is a fact of life. And I never regretted it. And if it wasn't mad in Nnamdi Kanu, I will not. I'm not saying I don't speak to my own people. I speak to a couple of people, but I'm a preserved person. And that's how my life been. I don't need anything from anybody. I'm not saying I had it all, but I'm telling you, when it comes to people not being straightforwardly, count me out. I don't need you for anything. So tonight, there's two things I want to mention here, because tomorrow, me and Mazi will be on this program tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a different thing. It's going to be Grand Slam tomorrow. Now, the saga they're pushing now is about a just common invitation. I thought you'll be ranting up and down on social media. German police invited you, now you're shitting on your pants. It has got nothing to do with IPOB. This is a personal, it's just as someone committed a crime, an IPOB member. Yeah? Now he says IPOB. It's not IPOB. When he committed a crime, he will face the law of the land where he committed that crime. Anything he said or do, you are liable to it. In the appetite of law in wherever you reside. And what Kanu has done, if I'm in his position, I will do more than what he's done. Because none of you, if you people would respect Onyendu, if I saw one right up, the guy saying that Mazi Kanu is taking him to court, can you imagine the temerity? Can you imagine the temerity that Mazi Kanu and Kanu is taking a clown to court? Utterances he made is what they are calling you for, to come and clarify what you have said. You can't just speak anyhow. And, you know, some of us, we are clapping when Adenika's son went to prison in the United Kingdom. A lot of people don't know why he went to prison. The law functioned. Like the one that called me a criminal. You know, whatever I have done in IPOB, there's a record for it. I have the record for them. I build my system, I build a lot of system. I have the records. So the day I woke up one morning, I don't feel comfortable anymore. I go to my lawyer and tell you this is defamation of character. This person called me a criminal. Under a disguise that I'm a volunteer, just like in this country. People, they respect volunteers. Under my own time and my own money. I was now labeled a criminal. Even on voice and share in the forum. And I think Judge Umeh will let you go. I said, probably it will be when I'm like, I'll give you some time. You'll forget about it. You see, revenge is very sweet. Tomorrow you will tell me it's IPOB. That is not IPOB. That is your own doing. Because you choose to say things that you're not sure of. If they have stolen £1 from IPOB or IPOB owing me, you need to tell me. For those that have called Kanu and inside they call, desecrated the palace of Israel Kanu, we'll have all this evidence. I'm not dumping into it because I will go through these matters. Because my own is that when we are doing things, we show you the evidence. Afaroku Bake Palace was desecrated by clowns. Courtesy of Chike Doziem and his gang of Cabal, they build an IPOB. They think they're going to step because all of them think that Mazi Kanu will not come out of prison. It's like when they talk about this, the Good Luck. Good Luck was killed. Onyendu made a program. For some of you who does not remember, Onyendu, Mazi Kanu made a program about Good Luck. Murder in a way. It's got nothing to do with IPOB. So when they are mentioning China Sanwo-Olu, China Sanwo-Olu should man up and face his own wrath because this is what China Sanwo-Olu is an evil man. Like I said, if he ever existed, that guy is a devil. And I said it before, that he had pathological hatred that where Onyendu is because when he said that Onyendu suspended into Chikedozium, now I said I connected the dot. Nobody told me, but I knew something was wrong. He says he's a member of the US, he's a member of the, he is the Middle East rep. That's his position I know China Sanwo-Olu for. He has got nothing to do with IPOB security. And I want to advise every member of IPOB that hearing the sound of my voice. You see this man, including Chikedozium, you don't need to listen to these individuals. You know why? They are not acting under Onyendu's instruction any longer. We have problem in Biafra land today. Biafra land today is on turmoil. Because Chikedozium and China Sanwo-Olu disobeyed Onyendu. And they come out and told you that they did so. And obviously, Chikedozium have said that Onyendu, we should not isolate them. Now, why are they free-flapping? Telling you that there's something they know, me and you don't know. Because they think Onyendu will not make it alive. 2015 strip, nothing changes. They just, like the zoo. They just alternate, but nothing changes. The same pattern, nothing changes. We are there. That's what I'm saying to some people. I have been a principal officer since 2015. If I told you what I have done in IPOB, maybe me and you think me and you are friends. There are things I have done, I would never open my mouth and say it to you. You know why? Because there's something they call official and secret. Like the one they call Tony Zumike was giving scenario how he went to meet Asade Dokubo. That espionage he committed against IPOB. These are evil men. None of these people want to be in IPOB circles anymore. Simon Ekpa, they were fighting and all of them are in the same boat. Today they created him as a distraction. When he was holding meeting with them, when he was held with Omwada, they didn't know he wasn't part of IPOB. I never followed him, and he know that's nothing he would. Himself, under debate, he has nothing to do with George Umeh. But I had no problem with him because he's not an IPOB member. I said it from day one. This guy is not an IPOB member. But why did it take Chike Doziem almost 11 months to put a memo? But he was busy kicking out the people that were standing in front of them because the cabal would not excel if they did not remove every single person that opposed their agenda. But people like us, we are not going anywhere. China Sanwo-Olu and Chike Doziem. $747,000 you people cheered. All of this, they are one of the things that brought problem within among yourselves. But you know what? Because, quick time, everybody forget they're talking about we are going to court. Going to court with who? Going to court with who? Are you going to court? Even if he comes to court, you don't live in the zoo. That is where all of you, I don't know how some of you came to Europe. You have lived in Europe for 10 years. You never learn anything. And tomorrow, if white man said something to you, be questioning why these people, they are racist. They're not racist. Like when you say, I don't see anybody as a racist. They are in their own country. Just like white people invaded us in the village, what would he say? You are the one coming here. They don't want to ask you to come. You come here voluntarily. Slavery now is volunteers. People are here because they want to be here. You're under guys, but we're under slavery. Take it or you leave it. So what I'm saying to you tonight is this. Whatever you said, just like when they attacked Mazi in United Kingdom here, all of them were laughing, and I told them, I said, UK here, people are like, I was the first CSO in United Kingdom. And I did it, I have SIA. I never worked with it for one day, just solely for IPOB. That's how far I've gone for IPOB. I did SIA, people are living on, people are using that to make money. That's what they do, they work. They wake up in the morning. They go for security work. I have it, and I have never made a pound with it. I only work with it for IPOB. And I renew it again. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying in a nutshell is this. People must understand that not everybody you see, you open your mouth and be saying things you're not sure of. Now, people are saying Kanu stand is taking IPOB to court. Some of them are ranting. But a few of them, when BBC mentioned their name, they were thinking about how they're going to sue BBC. Now, Kanu has no right for his own personal. If you deform a man and literally calling a man a bastard, that is the clear word you guys are using. That is not Onyendu's brother. What does that entails you? It's now Kanu is not Onyendu's brother. Well, I leave that to you guys with Kanu. Kanu is entitled to do whatever he wants. He's a member of IPOB. He's an official member of IPOB. And he's Onyendu's brother. He can't take it away. He can't be one. All of us are Onyendu. We are Onyendu's sons. Biologically, Kanu is Onyendu's brother. If Mazi Nnamdi is not there today, Kanu is the one taking care of the family at large. And he must respect that. And if you point your finger on Mazi Nnamdi, you're directly talking to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because you're doing this because Onyendu is being incarcerated. Why you people are not doing this when Onyendu was here? Where were you guys? Now, Kanu is not a member of the US, but he was heading meeting with US. Even the meeting they are held, none of them goes to that meeting because they don't know what to say. That is the fact of life. And this is IPOB for everybody. I will stop this issue here. And another thing I want to talk about is about our brother Ikechukwu Honora. A man that came to Radio Biafra, because Ikechukwu has been a comrade to me. And I work close with Ikechukwu when Motherland started. I've always been in that program every morning with Ikechukwu. Maybe some of you don't know this, but Ikechukwu can attest to this. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this issue here is because when these people allow a fellow comrade, this is one thing never happened in IPOB. Never happened in IPOB. To even allow you to come to Radio Biafra and talk about issue, Uchomofo would never ever. Once he called on Radio Biafra, start to talk about issue and ask you, are you a member of IPOB? Which zone do you belong to? Uchomofo will tell you, if you have issue, take it to your zone. If the coordinator is the person that is having the issue, take it above that coordinator. But not on Radio Biafra. Because Radio Biafra, countries listen to Radio Biafra. When you used to make, a big accolade to countries that are listening to learn from Radio Biafra. Universities. Ask yourself a question. Are those people still listening to Radio Biafra today? That China Sanwo-Olu and his gang of criminals has turned Radio Biafra where they now to use yeah, to shut people off, to blackmail people. They have tried with Madam Nenyanya, and I told them, for some of all these guys running around like a mad dog, listen to me, let me tell you something. People like George Umeh, I didn't join IPOB because somebody preached Biafra to me. But I told you guys from day one that there's 3 heads in IPOB. Head of media, Director of State, and Head of Finance. And finance is the one significant dimension in our code of conduct. I'm telling you the truth. It's bigger in every company. When the commercials are not there, even directors are apprehensive. They can't do nothing. I don't know the company you work for, but work in a big company. When the commercial guys are not in, you can't function. Because you can't make decision on your own. Even after you make, they have to review it. They have to go for review. Whatever you say, they will review. Question what you have done. Because every boss have a boss. Every boss have a boss. If you're a director, there is operational director. There are CEOs. So when you think you are above anything, I warned you guys from day one. He said, no, Chike have the right to see. I said, Chike does not have right to see IPOB international account. He has got no business there. But if you wish to do so, go through the appropriate channel, which is, if you have something you suspected, contact your boss, which is Mazi and Nnamdi Kanu, both of you work for. Now, you have to make that decision. But Chike doesn't use it as a weapon to achieve his aim. Now, he have achieved that thing that to stifle IPOB fund. Corner some people now, countries are paying money to coordinator. These things are unethical in IPOB. And they want people like us to shut our mouth off. God forbid. Not why I'm alive. Why do I join IPOB? Why do I waste over how many years? Why do I have forfeit all the things I'm doing join IPOB? Do you think I'm stupid like you? No. And before you talk to me or advise me, tell me what you have given up before you join IPOB, because I know what I've given up. So that is the fundamental. I have to make this abundantly clear to everybody to understand the pattern we are going. Now, Ikechukwu has been accused. Even when they accused him of laughter when he was going to Israel, it was lies. Men that were there said, no, it is not. Because Ikechukwu came to Radio Biafra voluntarily, and he has worked tirelessly. Now, when people had of 2,000 rams is a salary to Ikechukwu Onora, that's nothing like salary on Ikechukwu Onora. Ikechukwu Onora never collected salary from IPOB. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu offered Ikechukwu salary in Israel. Ikechukwu refused. What I'm telling you, you know the guy, Chukwu de Obiuku, that came to Radio Biafra and lied against Ikechukwu. Ikechukwu was the one that recommended him to be a national coordinator in South Africa. He never told you clowns like that truth. He said he have evidence of what he have said. I'm going to play his voice here because I said this before. When you see a blackmailer, when they are pointing one finger, the rest of the fingers are pointing in them. He say, oh, he doesn't want to blackmail him. That's exactly what he was doing. Have some of you take your phone and go to Forest and check how much is RAM. Yeah, check 2,000 RAM in dollars. You tell me how much is it. Ikechukwu is actually a barrister. That's what he studied in South Africa. He's actually a barrister. The money they're talking about, the extra 2,000 they're talking about, he never told you people who actually, this is the money they're using to service their own studio. Like I have a studio in my house. I buy all this stuff myself. Didn't you hear the one, the clown in Germany begging for 22 euro just to pay for 200 and something euro a year? And you're calling yourself an IPOB member. 200 and something euro yearly. My brother, I'm disappointed in all of you. Come on, 200 and something euro. I won't tell you what I have done on my own, but people will talk about it. Like I said, those that called me criminal, and a day will come, we'll start and talk about it. Just like what's happening today. Some people are running away. You know, backing dog. You see, when they're serving you, you see that particular medicine, you will, just like what Chinasa Nworu is getting today. They mentioned Chinasa Nworu back and front. Anybody they call, they will call Chinasa Nworu's name. Because Chinasa Nworu formed Tog in Biafra land. He was the first person that started calling people's name in Radio Biafra. So anybody that's telling me Chinasa Nworu is not working under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's instruction. That's one thing I want people to understand. That's not IPOB. I remember when Imam Mazi come to Radio Biafra one time telling our people to if the police want to shoot you, take his gun. Uchomofo is stopping to come to Radio Biafra. Because you can't say that in our platform. You cannot say that in our platform. So whatever Chinasa Sanwo-Olu have opened his mouth and said, he's liable to it. And actions speak louder than words. That's what I said. It doesn't matter the amount of state managers who do it. Has nothing to do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I want to say this tonight for some of you, your frontal lobe is not working. And you feel with emotion and sentiment, your brain is locked up. Whatever Chinasa Sanwo-Olu did has got nothing to do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in DSS dungeon. Chinasa Sanwo-Olu with his own mouth said that the message was coming. I will play here. Everybody was reluctant. Chikelozem said he asked Mazi Nnamdi Kanu what was the reason to suspend his seat at home. This is where I want you to build your foundation to distance yourself from this man. Because those that can't sit at home in Biafra land today, they gave them the edge to do that. If Chinasa Sanwo-Olu and Chikelozem didn't disobey Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, there will not be any counter order in IPOB. It's because people saw opportunity, they jumped on it. But they are disobedient. Some of you don't understand what is happening. That's what they call opportunities. They jumped into it, and I'm not going to question them because I have got no business with them. My eyes is on the ball. Those people that started, we are looking from the root of the cause of the problem. Not of the minor issues he created to distract people. Not people like us. We are not being distracted by what this man has done in IPOB. So IPOB, for some of people who does not know, IPOB remained the beacon of hope for Biafrans, indigenous people of Biafra, because Onyendu took this name. Even when Bilia was there, everybody couldn't want to associate with Biafra. He said that we must be the people, the indigenous people of Biafra. We're not going anywhere. Just like the Native of Americans. That's how that name come about, for some of you who does not understand. And that name is a phenomenon. And we must be very, very careful in whatever we do with that name. So Mazi, Ikechukwu of today, Ogechukwu Isu. Ogechukwu Isu was the person actually Ikechukwu appointed, recommended for Onyendu to make a national coordinator in South Africa. Sorry, because I said Chukwu Obiku, not Chukwu Obiku. I think Chukwu Obiku is the president national. I don't know what. I think Jobo coordinator or whatever. Now, he came to Radio Biafra now to blackmail Ikechukwu. Ikechukwu is collecting. They pay him salary, and they are buying things that cables that are spoiled. But that 2,000 rand is salary they paying to Ikechukwu. Now, how much is 2,000 rand? I want a single of you. Something I'm going to put on screen here. I want you to get your, if you have your phone, go to Forest and type that South African rand, yeah? And now, if you, let's give you a second. Now, you see 2,000 rams here. Check the 2,000 rams. 2,000 rams is less than 100 it's 117.60 US dollars when this particular screenshot was taken. Yeah? You ask yourself, is this what Ikechukwu has been getting paid as a salary? I want our people to be very, very, very honest to themselves and see the damage Chike Doziem have brought to IPOB. Because I don't know how you'll be doing this and you want Zoo to leave our leader. That's why they mentioned Chinasa Sanwo-Olu's name. Because agent of provocateur, I said this before, these people are listening to Radio Biafra. Everybody listen to Radio Biafra. They know what is happening there. They know that it's not that Radio Biafra Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in that we're having today. 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It was intact. When I mean intact, it was intact. But today, it's still intact as is Radio Biafra. But what is happening in there, it is not what IPOB and what Radio Biafra was made for. Like I'm in a different platform right now saying whatever I want to say. I can say whatever I want to say. I'm liable to it. But when it comes to Radio Biafra, Chinasa Sanwo-Olu want to, if you want to be a bulldozer, or you want to be a Hitler, what you need to do, you go live on Facebook like another person is doing and say whatever he wants to say there. But regardless, whatever he has said in Radio Biafra, he's liable to it. So this thing here, this reason why I'm putting this banner here, is for some of you to see the amount of destruction this man has brought in IPOB. IPOB must say no to blackmail. Shame on you, all of you. I'm being honest with you. All you need to do, hashtag, activate your frontal rope. It's very, very important. Say no to Cabal within IPOB, free Mazi and Nnamdi Kanu. 2,000 rams. Ikechukwu never received any form of salary as they claim. Yeah, the agent of provocateur themselves, because that's what they are. 2,000 rams is less than $120. So how does this pay Mazi Ikechukwu salary as a lawyer by profession? He's not a tout, or maybe he's seeking to be given food, or to people to give him money and stuff like that. We must say no to blackmailing. Ikechukwu was and still a humble servant. Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is on record. What I'm saying tonight is that I'm not gonna say too much about this, because the person that have went to interview to blackmail Ikechukwu, the same person was begging €2. I will play his voice here. Begging €2. And this court has been playing for what he did in Cologne. One thing about these people, they don't understand the world we're living in. We are not living in, we are in we are in an internet age and social media. Once you say something is out of your mouth, it's gone viral. How do you retrieve it again is become an issue. So I will stop here, play a couple's voices, and then I will call it a night. Like I said, there's not too much to talk about today. Tomorrow will give me more time to do things I want to do, But what I'm establishing tonight is that is unequivocally Chike Doziem and his gang of Cabal. Namely, Chike Doziem, what does he call his name again? His deputy, and Austin Abanim, and Chukwu your former, and China Sanworu. Other people, I don't even consider them because they're quite irrelevant. They ain't gonna do anything. But this is the real hatch, cabal today that is actually trying to destroy IPOB within. And anybody telling you if your frontal rope is not working, is not being activated, you need to activate it. What you need to do away with is sentiment and emotion. Our leader wife said it. Our leader wife specifically said sentiment and emotion. That is your biggest enemy. That is your biggest problem. Sentiment and emotion is your biggest problem. And you have to do away with it. Very, very, very important for all of us to do away with it. I will play a couple voice, China Sanwo-Olu's voice, for you to hear what he said, how they were ignoring Onyendu's all that. Because we are not here. This place is not a prejudice place. We're only here to educate Biafrans, those that still have their designing mind, those that frontal rope are still working. You need to think subconsciously, critically to understand what we are doing. And there's no basic friendship on this. This is solemnly to restore Biafra. So many people have given their life. It is not an IPOB when they committed crime, then a crime is a family. Anything you say will be judged, will be used as an evidence against you in a court of law. If you're calling people's name, as I'm sitting here now, talking about China Sanwo-Olu and Chike Doziem, I have indefeasible evidence against them as our code of conduct say. I have never said anything that I know, like someone that called me today and said, my brother, you have not served in IPOB. I have done for years and still serving. So I don't need your advice. Keep that advice to yourself. When it comes to IPOB issue, I'm not here for saga. IPOB must be savaged. Because all of us know what is going on. But some of you choose to turn a blind eye to it. Then the question is, how do we get what we are looking for? How do Mazi Nnamdi come out? With their body language and attitude. How does that happen? I want someone to explain that to me. They're asking Zulumike on his flipping gossip. It was Balade Madam Nyanya. What do we have hope about Onyendu? Zulumike said it's in God's hand. Literally, they've got no plan. And ask them now, what are you doing? In our leader's wife, New Year broadcast, she made a comment there. Don't your brain allow you to know that a man that has been locked up, same message through his attorneys and his wife? So Chike doesn't pick and choose. The attorney, he will accept their messages. That is where the cabal comes in. That is why Uchemofo become a scent on all these men. I want you to quote me anywhere. And any of them that want to come out and refute what I say, like I said, my own is that I don't talk anyhow. And I have not devoted my time on this issue. But when I have that time, I will come out because I've given time. And I will still give. But as I stand today, you guys have forced us, the gatekeepers, to come out again. When we came out and told you people what to do, we didn't know that you guys was actually the main problem we have. And when we found out, we came out again. Because all those people you created, called them media warriors, are the people you're using to shut people down, not people like us. You found nothing on me. I'm Blemished. I want you to dare me. You support your generation, uncle. You evil man. The IPOB is not where you hash evil or to be your community, or to come and do your kindred meeting in IPOB. You will not wash. Because you will not jump from fire to fire. If you not jump from fire to fire. We want to be governed as a human being, not by even animals in this country. You cannot take their right away from them. But Iwe Nweze is something, because if Chike doesn't know that our leader is our leader, why would he question Onyendu wherever Onyendu is? Why would he do that? Someone said he would not take an order from any man that is in the DSS dungeon. Chike Doziem is actually enacting that particular comment. And who am I supposed to hold responsible? Now, I want to play a couple voices. And yeah, tonight has been, I don't want to stay long. It's about 1 hour I'm here. Tomorrow, I'm going to be coming out here live tomorrow with Mazi as AG. And we'll do some justice on the issue bordering on IPOB. So stay tuned and listen to a couple of their voices. And I will play the voices of the guy that we are talking about, what happens in Okukanu's family compound. Someone that started from Ghana. You know, they start Waga, they call it Waga. Don't get me wrong. There's some people that flew from home to wherever they go. They started from Ghana, end up in Mozambique. Finally, Ikechukwu made them get to South Africa. Now they have the temerity. Chike Doziemu and his gang. We are listening to what this guy was saying about Israel Oku, late Israel Oku and Ugeze Lolo. And none of them said anything. Because all of them are in it together. And he wants people like us to shut up. I took oaths solely on me. I don't know about you. But IPOB, our code of conduct, what our advice for some of you guys, your frontal rope is not active. Please, if you don't have the code of conduct, I'm in Facebook, text me, I will send it to you. Once you're a member of IPOB, I want you to read it. Take time, recite it properly. You understand that Chike Doziem has got no power. Chike Doziem is just ordinary clerk to pass Onyendu message to IPOB so that things will sell simultaneously, but he chooses to do the opposite. That is why we are where we are today. The problem in Biafra land today, Chike Doziem, China Sanwo-Olu are the people responsible for it. Quote me anywhere. Their own mouth, they said it. It's not me. I will play it here. You listen to them. What is all the problem come from Biafra land? From sit at home. Anything that happened in Biafra land today emanated from sit at home. One single disobedient. Even when Onyendu came out and said, I want Biafra land to be peaceful, they still ignore our leader. Even when the Ejimako sent message, mutual respect within the leadership, they still ignore our leader. So how do we savage this man? They have taken a stand. That's why I'm advising you. If you're a hardcore IPOB member, when you say 100 men, forget about all these people that feel with sentiment and emotion. that can't even take care of their own immediate families. I don't need to give a monkeys about none of these individuals. I didn't join IPOB to have make friends. No. IPOB, we are in a war front. Let me tell this again. I said it all. I have said it long years ago. Any day you start seeing me talking rubbish, don't worry about me. Continue going. Move forward, because if you're in a war front, somebody gets shot. Are you going to carry the dead body? No. You continue forging ahead, moving. That's exactly what we are doing here, because at the end of the day, you are liable to, just like now, take the scenario of what is happening now. Somebody serve you paper, you don't even understand the content of paper, they started shouting, they're taking you to court, even including Mazi and Kanu's name on it. And some of you are still shouting that this is IPOB. Whereas the person had a right up, Mazi and Kanu taken to court. Do you understand the enormity of that particular, including Onyenu's name there? Some of you, like I said, a cattle sleeping with cow is more intelligent than any average Igbo man that called himself a professor. Because you are unruling. You can't process anything. That thing have covered your frontal lobe. It doesn't function. Take it or leave it. I will play their voices before I will call it a day. And tomorrow is going to be really hot. My senior comrade Mazi, we will assemble here and do things the way we do it, because we have our own tradition. The real gatekeepers will take on board tomorrow. And there's no apology to any idiot anywhere. Nothing. That one.
The message continued to come. Come. Everybody was reluctant. Pressure. Everywhere started to panic. When we declared this sit at home, we got a message from the leader that we should call off this sit at home. I don't want to go deep on people. There were people who played a very dangerous role against that sit at home for their own selfish interest. Because I expect you to come here to ask. When we put sit at home, you saw that Ohaneze Ndigbo, you saw the people opposing the sit at home. You saw them. And you saw people who were giving them thumb up. It is that destruction they want in IPOB. It is to destroy and discredit the IPOB leadership. After due consultation with our leader, we went ahead, conducted the first sit at home that was carried around the world. Our leader continued to send message that the sit at home, we should call it off. The message continued to come. Everybody was reluctant to call it off. Why I'm explaining this thing is that at the end of the day, I want you who have supported because they sit at home Monday, our people have been voluntarily. When we announced the sit at home, we got messages. Even we are not normal. We know that spoken word cannot be retrieved back. But the enemies of this struggle, they continue to attack the sit at home. They continue to bring excuses that NATO is coming. This one is coming. The university is 6 months on strike till now. They use it to blackmail the IPOB leadership, if you are not aware. Everywhere was that the Chike Doziem and Chinasa Woru, they don't listen to what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying. That they disobeyed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and you are one of those people. I am making you a direct accusation. Some of you, like you, were part of the people carrying all this kind of rumor that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them to allow somebody to come on radio. They refused. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them to cancel the sit at home. They refused. I know this struggle. That word that I spoke, because it was in conformity in what the leadership agreed, and it was the best for the struggle. But you were there when people were blackmailing Chinasa Nworu and Chike Doziemo. It was to avoid saying that we disobey Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because we must always listen to him, whether in the DSS.
We recovered from the shock of seeing the picture of Onyendu on the 27th of June this year.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
By the DOS, it's not by any other person, not an external factor, nobody. It is when we recovered from the shock of seeing the picture of Onyendu on the 27th of June.
International.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, and I was saying that I thank Sister.
Sorry about that. Just give me a minute.
Onyendu said we should suspend the sit at home. And I asked our people, those that I had discussion with, I said, but what is the reason? Did Onyendu give any reason why we should suspend it? And they said he didn't give a reason. And I asked them, but you tell me, what reason would I give Biafrans why I am suspending this sit at home when our demands has not been met? That was my question. I asked those both in DOS and those who were not in DOS that I had the opportunity to speak with. They were there in the news. I asked them, what will be the reason I have to give? And with that, sorry, I think I'm trying to mix a little thing here, but the lawyers have not come back to us now. Now, this is before the night, the first day of it. So when I was asking them, what is the reason they want us to suspend this thing? And they told me that we should use NECO as an excuse. I mean, we should use NECO because of the exam that the people are trying to hold. And I said, but NECO doesn't really. It's not the strongest excuse to give the Biafrans why we should stop the sit at home. And I will be very, very frank. And I will take the responsibility. I haven't said it on air before because it's not. I don't come on air to. And I said, because there is no reason from our leader that we should stop this sit at home, that we are going to go ahead with the sit at home. And then we went ahead with the first sit at home. After we did the first sit at home, and it was a huge success, unbelievably successful. Then, after that same Monday after the sit at home, the lawyers had a visit again to Onyendu, and they now came back and said that Onyendu said we must suspend that sit at home. So that message came now the second time, and I said, okay, if Onyendu insists, after the evidence we have provided that this thing was successful and that our people were willing to do it, if he insists, I will suspend it. And I suspended it. That instruction came from Onyendu. And anybody who tells you otherwise is lying. And that's how I answer that question for you. Now.
Well, the reason why I'm playing these voices is this. Anybody wouldn't say George Umeh or critical analysis is vindictive. We are not vindictive here. Everything we said is verifiable. That is the reason why our advice, before you jumped up and calling yourself a media worm or warrior, is detrimental to you whatever you open your mouth and say or what you say against someone. Do you have evidence to prove it? Can you prove it? Chinasa Nworu's voice and our so-called HND voice is what I've just played. And I played their voices. You just heard what they said. It's not me. This is Chike Doziem. So trust what Chike Doziem said now to what is happening in Biafra land today. 96 hours before they call this sit at home. 96 hours before they call this sit at home. 96 hours. Onyendu asked them to suspend this sit at home that are ravaging Biafra land today. And he told me they won't be going liable for it tomorrow. It has got nothing to do with our leader. It is like a walk. If you're a manager, if something go wrong, the director won't take a shit out of it. At the end of the day, he will direct to you. And it's on your resume. It's on your resume. So this particular incident that happened right now is on Chike Doziem. The Chika Sanwo-Olu is who I don't know who he is. I don't know him. I don't know him. And Chika Sanwo-Olu, for the record, has got nothing to do with ESN. Because position like that, Onyen will make it known to us. It's not. So to me, it doesn't exist. I don't care. But whatever he has said, for those that knows him, he's not going to get away with it. And that's why Zuna is still managing and mention his name, and he has to man up and face it. They're serving him his own medicine, and he have to drink it and see how bitter it is. That's his fact of life. There are two voices at play. In anything I have said about China Sanwo-Olu or Chike Doziem here, I have the voices to back it up. And with these voices, China Sanwo-Olu, Chike Doziem, I don't mention China Sanwo-Olu. China Sanwo-Olu is just is a pseudo to me. Him is a real imposter that I, George Umeh, could talk about because I don't know who he is. Now, Chike Doziem purportedly to be our HOD as leading IPOB. He is the one that have the problem. Because he say with his mind, he would take responsibility. So whatever that comes, he have to take it. He accepted his responsibility. 96 hours. And he said, Onyendu didn't give me a reason. Can you tell me what was in this guy's mind to question Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Can any of you that have their frontal rope is not working, tell me what was going inside Chike Doziem's mind to question Onyendu's authority? And as you can see, Chike Doziem, Biafra land now is the reason why Onyendu told you to suspend his statute 96 good hours before you call it on. And today, what is happening in Biafra land, you are direct responsible to it. Put me anywhere. This is your words. He said you will take responsible. And China Sanwo-Olu, if he's visible, whatever he said is what the zoo is serving him his own medicine, and he have to drink it and see the bitterness. Quote me anywhere. Now, I'm going to play the voice of the guy that taken Ulumili in South Africa. What is talking about our leader's family. Because this is things Chike Doziem have supervised. This is what they have supervised. And watch all these things go on that said nothing. And he's telling me they believe that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come out alive. I don't think so. Let's listen.
That is not baby that gave Kanu the audacity to call me a recharge card. It's because I'm doing it for free. Because I'm doing this, and IPOB is not baby that gave Kanu the audacity to call me a recharge card. It's because I'm doing it for free. And on top of that, I am paying my money. And I'm going to meetings. That was what gave them the audacity to come in. What kind of rubbish? Some idiots will come and tell you rubbish. You call me recharge card. Another day, other people may do not me, and I don't care. Can deal next one again. My game can inside anybody. Come what the whole world. All because now pay my money. And one idiot will sit at home. He said, I'm saying, Chineke one nigga to there. Chineke one nigga to there.
I hope you guys are listening. Chineke one nigga to there. Chineke one nigga to there. I hope Chike Doziem and his gang of criminals are listening. Chineke one nigga to there. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's mother. This animal na Chineke kpọ nne gị ọkụ there. Anyway, let's go.
Chineke kpọ nne gị ọkụ there. Chineke kpọ nne gị ọkụ there. How can you open your mouth? How can you open your mouth to talk about His Majesty in this your act of disgrace on Facebook?
Don't forget, Biafrans, Kanu actually hold a section giving this animal privilege. This is one of the elevation this animal has. For Kanu to appear in his bedroom program that he does that he don't even know his left from right. Now, I have a video I'm going to play. Tomorrow I'm going to play these videos again and play the video where he actually admitted about recharge card. Because then he was referring to the one that is back home, the one that trying to travel to Senegambia, he couldn't make it. How, you know, like I said, they talk too much because they don't even think, they don't process, their frontal lobe is not working. You know, but now that recharge card is why he's calling, he's telling Chineke or nego kudia. Chineke or Lord Ugezo kudia. Let's put it that way. It's what he said. That's what he's saying. That's no need. But this is what Chike Doziem have supervised. Until tomorrow morning, he has no cough.
Biafrans, I said that during Operation Python Dance, I need to say that some people in palace were busy. Now, it is true. And Emmanuel can explain that. Go and ask Fine Boy. The palace is under attack, and they are,
you know, very cheap, very retarded individuals. The way they talk sometimes. He mentioned him, Fine Boy. Fine Boy wouldn't even have a chat with the idiot. Just like Chinasa want to claim that when they accuse him of going back to the zoo, that he called a Fine Boy and put his video. That means Fine Boy knows who he is. If he said that in Radio Biafra, that means that's why I say some people know who he is physically. So whatever you say is going to be attributed for you. It will serve it to you in a very cold manner. Fine Boy. Okukano family, they are gift to IPOB because you people could have chained them with your gossip. But he's back home. But you can't get to him because he's more intelligent and divine than your clown.
Busy somewhere. Now jollificate. Jollification is as a result of their fornicative attitude that makes our enemies get advantage of us the very day they came with the attack.
Did you hear this animal accusing the loyal family of fornicating, desecrating the whole palace without any resentment whatsoever? And you call yourself, we have a leader. That's why I told them, you see, when our leader's wife came to deliver a message from Onyendu, she speak in parable and use a very, contradictive words, if I will put it that way, because that's why Onyendu don't speak, with a, I don't know, you're always trying to put the English where, because it's a little bit even our mothers could understand. That's why she's saying, go back and talk to your brother or a lawyer to explain it to you, but you have to critically analyze them. It takes you back to all these words. But all this world today, they think he has swept under the carpet. Hell no. You guys are in for it. You guys are in a big mess. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. We're living in a very critical time. But if somebody told something, if you understand what bully is, common bully can get you into a mess. Talk less of when you're going into a people's family. Uttering wars that you don't have got no confirmation. You cannot prove them. This is personal. This has nothing to do with IPOB. Like our leader have gone on after the zoo president. He has his facts and figures in his hand. Before he embarked upon that, and it was a suicide. He said it. He knew the implications. Even as today he's standing in the zoo, nobody have mentioned that particular issue because they know he had evidence in his hand.
I see it's abomination to even say that. I'm not talking of it's abomination to mention like rubbish. na-ekweta nwa na ike gasị na a na-ata nwa ị na-asị na nna asị na-ata ọ na bụ na akpa were they not busy na-ata nwa na palace. If you think Ikenga na two people, Ikenga don't fear anybody. Ikenga man they why they abominable people. I know all this. I know all this. Abomination. Abomination. It was because of the said act that Ikechukwu destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. Go and read the history of Sodom and Gomorrah. Go and read the history of the Roman Empire. Because of this very unsane act. Go and ask them.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
Very soon, I know the number of people in the palace, the president, not in the palace, in India. I know all this. I know all this, but I never want to say it. You are part of them. You are president of India. What do you do? I said, I don't know. You don't matter. You don't have to show. How can you open your mouth? How can you open your mouth to talk about His Majesty? Doubtless, I said that during Operation Fighting Plans, I need to say that some people in the palace were busy now. It is true. While the palace is under attack and they are busy somewhere, now jollificate. Jollification is as a result of that fornicative attitude that makes our enemies get advantage of us the very day they came with the attack. The only thing fire them is to put Mazi Nnamdi in trouble. Caroline go popular baby bush on a gari. Not to look any photo. Ose photo we have Facebook. As an immense photo we are winning on Facebook. As a ticket over, I can get it. Caroline will come. Immense photo with the new money ticket on Facebook. On to no ticket get it. Even maga support order. Adamani you can support order. Because Adama give birth to rubbish. If Adama Murupo, rubbish, Adama Brown. Onama Gani, not to Madun Yesu. Not to Madun Yesu, Adama. Go and get husband, well, then, office in Diego. Go and buy husband for your daughter. You will not. No, Gary. If only you have that, give Madun Yetina properly. Adam Ikechukwu.
Biafra Alpha.
Anyway, fellow Biafrans, I will be streaming this particular. There are so many audios about this idiot, but these guys. Why I'm bringing this thing up is that just like what is happening in Germany today. Before you call somebody out, I want to tell you the difference between when you're fighting for your freedom and when you go personal on individual. When you call me out personally, yeah, I will come after you personally. That's what's happening today. A lot of people are going to be called out. It's just a matter of time. A lot of people are going to have a lot of questions to answer. And I want to make it out, but it has got nothing to do with IPOB. I remember in this country when some of our comrades, real people, did real stuff physically. We have attacked Buhari in this country. Yeah? In Commonwealth, in this country. The men that did it, they're still there. They are heroes here in the UK. Regardless of what they have done, I have to give them that accolade. That's a one of another brother again, which I don't know where he is, that challenge your culture here when it comes to town hall meeting one time here. This under our struggle, just like Ikechukwu mother, is unanimous agreed. But when you sat down on your private time, calling out a family, a leader that are leading you, you are sowing a decoy. And that decoy is detrimental to individual to react towards it. Like I said, I've got people here that wrote something about me before. But someone to make an audio, call me a criminal. That audio with the words and their picture is all I need. It's just down to me whenever I decide to take legal action against them. I wouldn't even think about it. It's up to me to do it. So, but this issue of how these people gone into our leaders' family shows you they believe that Mazi and Nnamdi Kanu will not come out alive. And that's where the frontal lobe comes in. How do you process what comes into your brain? Now, I've just got one more audio to play, which is concerning Ikechukwu Onora. All these are blackmails. And tomorrow, I'm laying a foundation. Tomorrow program is going to be a different kettle of fish tomorrow.
Alpha Power Media International.
Interval. It's either I call it wages or salary. I shouldn't be
Media International.
Interval. It's either I call it wages or salary. I shouldn't be mistaken for that. Yes, we are paying Mazi Ikechukwu ever since we rented that office and started the radio. We pay him. We pay him 2,000 rands every month. You know, on the agreement that he will be using it for his transport. You know, to his car to be going to the office, which I personally don't have any problem about that, you know, because if somebody cannot do it and they feel that a person can do it maybe at a particular point in time that maybe he's having one or two challenge, you know, the person should be, you know, assisted to make sure that our work doesn't stop. But it was negotiated and, you know, we arrived on 2,000, you know, that we should be paying him every month. There was another brother that was also making the broadcast that Mazi Opux, our destiny from Ishekiri, our brother from Ishekiri, was also handling the motherland. At the end of the day, a lot of issues that came up, which I cannot, you know, come out to be explaining here. You know, he couldn't continue. He said that he quit. You know, I know the reasons, but I know why I want to, you know, keep it private. The office we secured, he was the one who personally went and secured our office. Are you hearing me? Am I coming out loud or am I talking to myself?
No, you are coming out sound and clear. Crystal clear. Crystal clear.
I just want to say one thing. You see this clown in Germany? Tomorrow, we're going to play his voice in Cologne, and where he was begging €2. Imagine, offering to him to buy software that he could stream. And I want to say it here. Anyway, let this team finish before I say anything.
Okay, so you know, so ever since the inception of that office, we've kept to that agreement. We've been paying the 2,000, and you know, and we buy the cables. We buy anything that spoils there. IPOB, we buy it. Though it's not only South Africa anyway. It's in conjunction with you know, some SADC countries. But the only place we had concern, we raised alarm, was December last year, that Mazi Ikechukwu had to be paid, double amount of that 2,000. He was paid 4,000. When we asked question, our SADC said it's a SADC office. He has the right to, decide on the, rule on what should be done there. We here in South Africa said no. To the best of our knowledge, it's only South Africans who do civil service and who works in companies that receives double of what they used to be paid during December. Why is, and we all are in this struggle. This thing I'm saying it before God and man. I am not saying it to blackmail anybody or to make myself feel better, because that's the narrative they always come to.
Let me just say this here. You see, anybody that is a blackmailer, they always build alibi. That's exactly what this guy have just done. He said, I'm not blackmailing. Exactly what he's doing. Now, all I have to say here is this. Blackmailing does not have any place within IPOB structure. But this has become a trend within IPOB members, courtesy of the cabal led by the HODOS Edoziem. Mazi Ikechukwu does not receive any salary. The word salary is what prompted all this. The clan could not say that they agreed on maintenance of their own studio. Ikechukwu, on his return from Israel, these same people approached him, just like that our brother was talking about was doing SADC. The guy left. They approached him. Now, Ikechukwu is doing his own thing. Going to school, have his own family. He said no. They begged him. Now, for him to open his mouth, this particular guy, Ogesu, is actually recommended by Ikechukwu to Onyendu when South Africa was having the same issue. But that doesn't mean that when Ikechukwu does something wrong, that he shut up his mouth. But you have to come up with enough evidence. What is the blackmail all about? 4,000 rand is less than $250. Is that what is paying Ikechukwu? The person that decide to add money because they know that money, he said they are buying cable. Instead of him to say that this money is what we agreed. These things are written stuff that we can prove, show it to you guys. That this is what actually transpired. But why the blackmail? What they're doing is those simple because Ikechukwu stick to the code of conduct of IPOB. Because he could not follow them to stop Madam Nene to come, because that's the only thing they're fighting in Ikechukwu. There's nothing else. And they couldn't do it. They couldn't get him out of Radio Biafra because they don't have the power to do that. He's still there. So he's a servant of Biafrans and humble person. And Chukwu Diobiuku, he need to come out and say that this particular money. You need to speak out wherever you are. Because blackmailing is not allowed in IPOB. There's nothing like salary Ikechukwu ever collected. Onyendu proposed salary to Ikechukwu in Israel. Ikechukwu declined. Our leader is still alive. Somebody can verify what I'm saying if it's a lie. Because when we come out to talk, we don't just come out and talk. We talk with facts and figures. If you want to give you evidence of whatever we said. So, fellow comrades and Biafrans, I'm going to shut it off here. And I will thank every single one of you that have listened to the sound of my voice this evening. And tomorrow is going to be a marathon between me and Mazi SAG. It depends on how many hours it's going to be here. We're going to have a very lovely time tomorrow, as we normally do. Gatekeepers does not owe apology. We take a stand in anything we do. Before we come out here, we already make a decision. Before I become an IPOB member, there's a decision I made. I want the freedom of my people. And I owe nobody apology to that. Any day you do contrary to what we are sworn and oath to do, I will hold you responsible based on that. It's in our code, it's our code of conduct. It allows you to do that. It is your right. And when someone is doing something that is not under our code of conduct, you have the right to disassociate. Just like China Sanwo-Olu today is purporting himself. You have the right to disassociate yourself from someone like that. It does not matter what the person was doing for IPOB. That doesn't give, it's not, you can't commit crime under IPOB name. It doesn't work like that. Simple as ABC. 96 hours before the sit at home, they're gone on and call that sit at home. And Onyendi will continue sending message. Everybody was reluctant. What else do you need to know? What else do you want to know? That the originator and the people that orchestrated what's happening unrest in Biafra land today attribute to Chike Doziem. quote me anywhere. He said it in his own word that he would take responsibility. He doesn't come to the Biafra to talk, but he didn't know what he was saying. But today he's playing in. Your word, the words that come out of your mouth is what we're going to judge you with. Thank you, fellow Biafran, and God bless every single one of us. May Chukwu Kabiama bless every one of you and our leader. Chukwu Kabiama will give him the strength. He's not there because he was held. If he want to come out tonight, he will come out. But he said if it wasn't for Chukwu Kabiama, he will not speak to any single one of us. And that's my stand. Stand and defend your right as an IPOB. And if you want freedom of our people, he must stand on the side of the truth at all times. The guy said, when he went to Israel and prayed for the first time, Chukwu Kabiama called him. He said no, second time, but the only thing he must speak truth. And one thing I want to drop here, all the platform, all these people fronting as IPOB, none of all this platform associated with IPOB, is only Chukwu the former will take IPOB why allow Rapture Media to be streaming through IP Radio Biafra and making money. And that money does not go into IPOB purse. And one of their anchor still begging €2 in IPOB purse to show you how vulnerable and wretched these men are. 200 and something euro you are begging. And you're claiming that I'm okay, baby. You know, people that just came to abroad, they have not done anything, my brother. No disrespect. I feel disgusted. You're begging €2. We build zones with our money. Money we contributed in IPOB, you can't equate life. But that is why we're looking into people. He called Ogisu to come to your platform to come and blackmail Mazi Ikechukwu Onora. While you're begging for €2. And you're streaming through Radio Biafra platform and making money out of our people. Everybody must understand that Rapture Media has got no affiliation with IPOB. Only person you people should be asking this question. The reason why IPOB have never commercialized any of our platform, our Radio Biafra, our BTV, because we are paying for it, and only to refuse for commercial, because we could have been a big gap, you know, maybe doing commercials for people, but we don't do it. Do you know why? You know how much we'll be making? Because we are paying for it. And that is why when someone wants to buy our transmitter, they don't said no. But somebody don't know that CHK, that's why we're using CHK. That's something that person did, but he told Onyendu not to mention his name. And the person then will choose. That's why he give you CHK. That's our wave in Biafra land is CHK. For some of you who does not remember what has happened in IPOB, I'm letting you know tonight. Rapture Media, all these charlatans everywhere has got nothing to do with IPOB. I've said this before. This is a monetized platform, and the fund does not come to IPOB. Does not benefit. This is an individual stuff. It's an individual platform. But the reason being, we will start asking them, why are you streaming this platform to Radio Biafra? Because it's making money. The traffic is giving them money. I'm going to rest my case here. But Onyendu said that he want real man. Real man. I will put that for you to console some of you that your frontal rope is not working and filled up with sentiment and emotion. You can't go to war with being emotional. You have to take a stand and stand on it. My love for you guys.
Our people are lame. They are weak. I am struggling to count how many men there are in Biafra land. There are no more men left. Weak, docile, and imbecilic. Weak. I don't know how we can take such people to war. I don't know how we can take men who are not men into battle and win. I am ashamed. Very, very ashamed. Nonetheless, we must preach this very gospel because man did not ask us to come. Chukwu Abiyama in heaven mandated that we should come. If not, that I was called to do this very work, I will not speak to any of you anymore. But Chukwu Abiyama said this very gospel must be preached, and we must preach it. I have prayed since yesterday up until now. My request is very simple. The same prayer I made in secret, I will make out here in the open. Chukwu Abiama Biko. Since it is your intention that your kingdom will be restored upon this very earth, I need men. I need men. I did not say boys. I said I need men. Those of them that you created to restore your kingdom, they should come forward now, not tomorrow, not next year. Chukwu Abiama. You must bring them now. I did not say tomorrow. Because the insult is too much. It is beyond what any human being can endure. We want to go and get Biafra, or we die in the process, because we are better off dead than witness some of this nonsense going on. The level of insult is beyond what any decent human being can tolerate. I was an Nama. They bring their cattle into our land. They desecrate our land. They kill us in the presence of our families and nobody does anything about it. And when the police attend, the police sit idly by as people are being killed by not a multitude of people. Only 4. Only 4 Awasa people can sack an entire village in Biafra land, and we call ourselves men. No, we are not men. Until we redeem our honor. Until we look at integrity and say, we must have a part of it. Until then, to be honest with you. This is Radio Biafra. Now is the time to come.